Hello and welcome back to another video here on the drivenDiecast channel. Today we are talking about another one of my favorite diecasts. We're going to be taking a look at Erik Jones, sports clips, Daytona Clash race win. I don't know if you can call it much of a win with a car that finished the race in this status or format or whatever you want to refer to this mess of a car. It's a beautiful mess of a car, but it is very much a mess of a car. If you recall this race, it was definitely something to remember. The car completely beat up. Nobody thought he had a chance to win the race still. Obviously being the Clash, so it's a little bit more fun. And he wins the race at the end of the day here, and it's completely destroyed of a car. And I'm a big fan of this one. I know it's another one that people really try to get their hands on. But again, if you just pre-order it, you could have it. There's really no limits on how many of cars they'll produce. It's all about if you pre-order. If you pre-order it, you're guaranteed. Please pre-order cars. That's my little rant about pre-ordering cars. Also, if you were on the Instagram page for drivenDiecast, you'd also be able to have already seen that I have this car and taken a look at the photos. So obviously, always make sure to check there, follow here. Link is in the description to the Instagram down below as well if you want to check these cars out. And other ones that I haven't necessarily displayed here yet. There's quite a few there. Talking about this car then, there's a lot to love about this car. So obviously a complaint, first of all, for a lot of people, not for me, but a lot of people, is that this is not real tape. This is, what's the word I'm looking for? This is all like decals. So none of this is real. This isn't like tape you can peel off or anything like that. And that drives a lot of people crazy, but honestly, people don't have realistic expectations. When these cars cost $50 or $60, 57 for this car, you can't complain about the quality. You just honestly can't. Like maybe for the elite, you get into the area where you can start to maybe complain, but I think even for like $80, like if you wanted to have this be real damage, they would have to make a new mold to do it. They'd have to have like people hand do the taping and things like that. And that's probably easily going to get up to like Formula One model range, where you're talking like $200 for a diecast, $300 for a diecast. And I'm sure there's people who will spend that, but personally, I rather have a diecast that looks nice to the eye in my display case, and I can get for a reasonable price to allow me to buy a bunch of other diecasts that I like. I'd rather have a bunch of nice diecasts than a few really exceptional diecasts. But, different people are different. I just like collecting as a whole. So that's my little rant there. Maybe you're someone who prefers the other way, and that's fine. Whatever floats your boat, as I said, everyone's a little different. But to me, nonetheless, looking at this car from afar or looking at it in my display case or even within touching distance, it's a beautiful car. The scheme itself is really nice. It's very just classic styling on this sports clip car. But obviously car is beat up. It is wrecked on this front end. We've got tape and coverings everywhere. The only place it isn't is, oh no, you know what? There's even some there. Yeah. So the whole front end has tape on it in some way. The hood's taped down, and this is obviously a speedway race. So you got to make sure that hood doesn't fly up after the extensive damage that Jones received. It's a super great car. I really love this one. I haven't actually checked the pricing on this car. I know people were talking about wanting customs of this car, so I imagine maybe it's hard to find. I definitely know it's got to be going above retail. I just can't see this car selling for less than retail value at the very minimum. But if I had to guess, probably looking at like maybe 100, maybe 150 range, maybe for like the elite or something. But yeah, it's a really nice car. We have some dirt and debris on the non-wrecked portion of the front end. You can see it up here at the top, which is really nice. Comparatively to the front end, the sides and the back are relatively clean. We got a little bit of dirt and debris that you'd expect from any race win. We've got obviously the tire tape on the sides. I like that it's 2 different colors though. That's a little different. Yeah, just some little bit here or there. Not too much going on with the damage on the sides of the car, the back of the car. Again, not much going on. I will say though, usually the back end of NASCAR diecasts, if you pay any attention to them, which I'm sure you have been a little bit more since I've mentioned my dislike for the rear ends of these cars, this one's actually pretty okay. I like the design and how it has like the different color elements with like the separate between the white and the red there, and has a little bit of like a swoosh going on to it, a little bit of a cut in, so it's not like straight. There's a different logo on the back. It's a little better even on the top here with the help of Hero. It's like nice like word text. So that's actually really nice on the back. And I have 916 on the DIN, so nothing special there. Now this side's a different story. The other side was clean. This side is beat up pretty nicely. Rear tire, obviously the Goodyear is completely burnt off the side end. If you looked at this, you would think this car was in a horrible wreck, and this is a custom or part of Goodyear's Checkers or Wreckers series, because there's no way this car would win if you saw this. I mean, you think that from the front end too, but obviously that's not the case. Tons of damage, and I love it. Destroyed here, through the logo, all across the side, a nice big scrape along the wall, tons of rubber, tons of debris on the front, over the front fender. Just absolutely incredible. I love this. And one thing, let me show you the top, because I didn't do that on the other side. There's a little bit of debris here, but nothing too major. The wheel though, this wheel, it's the other wheel. This wheel is burnt up. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can see it. Obviously that's intentional. It's not like it's a mistake from Lionel or anything. That's how the tire is, like on the actual car. So I appreciate the detail when it comes to that. So the people who complain about this not being real on the front of the car should be happy that Lionel did that with the tires, because obviously that's probably easier for them to manufacture. Then I should say, I know it is easier for them to manufacture that tire damage than it is to manufacture the damage on the hood and make that real. But yeah, that's everything I have to say on Erik Jones' Checkers or Wreckers, but he actually won car here. Actually, I guess Checkers is the portion of that. So yeah, Checkers and Wreckers, both in the same race. It's unique, shall we say. So I love this car. I'm really interested to hear what other people have to say about this car. So if you have any comments, please feel free to leave those down below and we can chat about it. Or again, link in the description for the Instagram down below. You can shoot me a message there. We can always talk about diecast. I love talking about diecast. It's probably my main hobby, if we're being realistic here. So I'm a huge fan of diecast, if you couldn't tell by all the other videos. And also check out the other videos. I'd recommend checking out the Chase Briscoe race wins. Those are great. So you'll see those at the end of the video, and feel free to click on either one of those, and take care, stay safe, and see you in the next video.